Not automatic.
I agree.
Worked earlier today with Vatech in Virginia. The unranked team favored against a ranked team. That worked. Chance for it to work again in Stillwater, but right now TCU is covering with under 4 minutes to go against Oklahoma State. Hey, we got a lot more to get to. We got a few more games that are going to tip in this 4 o'clock Eastern hour. We're going to look at as well. And also, too, Adam Burke way ahead on Know the Artist Performance.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Wake up call! Real quick, these videos that we see whenever a team loses, right? Like, and they go, oh my God, look at this video of this guy smashing his TV. Are we believing these are authentic? Because it seems convenient that at the right moment, somebody went, I'm going to film this. Watch him lose his mind.
If you really want to have a real video, you know, that we can probably sit there and go, oh, that's definitely real. He's angry.
Yeah, right.
Have someone smash some eggs.
Right.
TVs are what, like $15-$20 now?
Yeah, I know. They're nothing.
A carton of eggs, you got to dip into your 401k. So smash those.
Smash those.
If you think you're brave enough.
That's more expensive. Yeah. Yeah, if you're brave enough. If somebody doesn't scream at you for smashing the first couple out of the dozen boxes.
Oh, somebody doesn't tackle you.
Right, exactly. No, not the eggs. The television. Go to that.
Wake Up Call with Tony V and Ron Culver. Weekday mornings from 9 to noon Eastern.
What makes it a Super Sunday? The commercials? Nope. Halftime show? Not even close. For bettors, it's the game inside the game. From the coin flip to the Gatorade bath, the action is nonstop. Download your free Big Game Betting Guide from VSiN now for expert analysis from the Sports Betting Network. Download your free 2023 Big Game Betting Guide from VSiN at sportsmapradio.com. That's sportsmapradio.com.
Imagine learning about radio and being mentored by true radio professionals in real radio stations. Well, actually, you don't have to imagine because there's Radio Connection. Radio Connection gives you the opportunity to learn one-on-one and be mentored by radio pros. Plus, you don't have to worry about getting into a crazy amount of debt with school tuition either. Radio Connection keeps their tuition at much lower costs. To find out more info, visit radioconnection.com.
If you're missing the Cash In with Jason Page, then you're missing this. Dana White has this inexplicable hold on the sports universe. They can do whatever he wants. Maybe I just live in a world where, you know what? If you're high enough in power and you get caught on tape smacking your wife around, it's okay. They would show, Ray Rice dragging his then fiance or girlfriend into an elevator by her hair. They'll show that. But they're not going to show Dana White slapping his wife around. Yeah, you know what? We're ESPN. You can still air your fights on our ESPN Plus platform because God knows we need people to watch it and pay the subscription fees. We can't dare take UFC off it. We can't dare put UFC in a corner and say, you know what? If Dana White is still the face of your organization, we're not going to be in bed with you anymore. You can't do it if you're ESPN because you got no stones. The Cash In, weeknights at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on Sports Map Radio.
Melissa Brightmossberger, and you've got the best of both worlds. VSiN programming on the SportsMap Radio Network.
This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn.
Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Seconds to go. Georgia State just made a jumper called timeout. So Southern Miss can go to the free throw line here if they don't turn it over.
By the way, in Knoxville, this game is bad. I said 48. 48 might actually be the lucky number. Because, actually, you know what? Tennessee probably has enough to win already. 2:14 to go. Tennessee is a 44-38 lead, Adam.
These two teams 4 for 44 from three. By the way, this is a game, and Auburn is 11 for 51 from the floor, which speaks to what we were talking about with Tennessee.
Yeah, again, they're not trustworthy.
Yep.
If they have a good shooting day, and we've seen this, if they shoot the ball well from three on that certain day, they could run. They'll be able to run a bunch of bad teams out, and especially if they're going to get a 2 or 3 in the NCAA tournament, at least in my estimation, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
If the poor team in whatever small conference that gets there, and if Tennessee's hits their first 3 threes, it could be a long day for that 15 or 14 seed.
Yes.
But if Tennessee, again, they just had 2 great looks on this last possession that would have put it in total sweat mode on Auburn here for me. And they just clanged them both. And then Auburn, I don't know what Auburn was attempting to do. They luckily got the ball back.
I haven't really watched much of this game, even though it's on right here, because I don't want my eyes to bleed as I'm doing the show.
It has been a disaster. Hey, Auburn.
Do you want to talk about Colgate and American since you just placed a bet during the break?
Yeah, I took 5.5 with the Eagles. Took AU. Played Colgate really tough in Hamilton, New York earlier in the year. Colgate's on a long winning streak in conference like they usually do. Usually have an ugly out-of-conference record and then just destroy the teams that are overwhelmed by them in the Patriot League. This is the best team American has had since they made the NCAA tournament in 2015. It's been a while since the Eagles have been as good as they are this year. 5.5 I took. And I laid 2 with James Madison. That was the other thing I did as well. Concerned about a big injury there, but
yeah, Vado Morse not in the starting lineup. I don't know if he's going to play at all, but he's not in the starting lineup here tonight for James Madison.
Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Saturday nights are hockey nights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Center Ice Complex in Jackson Township, Ohio. The North Coast High School Hockey League is proud to present the Kent Cyclones and the Canton Akron Jets. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the USHL's Youngstown Phantoms. Pleased to be bringing you this North Coast High School Hockey League game here on Western Reserve Radio. Senior Day here at Center Ice. The Jets honored 7 seniors in a ceremony before the game as they are wrapping up their high school careers. Canton Akron coming in with a 6-5 record in the league, 7 overtime points. They are in third place, 19 points. Overall, 22, 15, and 6 on the season. Kent comes in with a 9-19-0 record. They have 10 points in the league, and I do believe that they are in 5th place. Medina in first place, 24 points in the North Coast High School Hockey League. 9 goals allowed in 9 games played in the league for the Medina Bees. And I'm going to bring in my partner in crime up here in the booth today, Jim Craven. Jim, set the stage for us a little bit here. These two teams played back in November. I believe that was Thanksgiving weekend, and that was a dominating performance by the Canton Akron Jets.
Yeah, this goes back to October 29th here, where the Jets got a 9-3 win over the Kent Cyclones. However, the story a little deeper than that is 15 of these players between Canton Akron and the Kent Cyclones played together, about 8 years together under the banner of the Youngstown Phantoms Youth League. So a lot of familiarity here. And again, senior day for 7 seniors who are going to move on. And interesting note about Medina, you mentioned them. They are going to forego their position in the North Coast High School Hockey League to participate in a tournament. So these two teams right now, Canton Akron in particular, are playing for a bye in the playoffs that'll be coming up in a couple weeks.
Fascinating news there. And of course, Jim, no high school hockey in Youngstown except for Canfield, but closed enrollment, so they won't let any of these local kids on. So kids in the Youngstown area forced to find programs to participate in here in Canton and, of course, over in Kent as well.
Yeah, and certainly we've seen players from the Youngstown Phantoms program all across northeastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania through the PAHL as well as the North Coast High School Hockey League. And we'll talk about them as we go along. But again, 15 total between both teams today. So a lot of representation, most of those under former Phantoms head coach Chris Richards, who is now with the Ohio Prospects.
Anticipating this starting lineup here this afternoon for Canton Akron. On the left wing, number 66 out of Beloit, Lucas Black. Out of Uniontown, number 10, Tyson Hunka. And then on the right wing, number 25, Max Bazaroff. On the back end, we're looking at number 32 out of Boardman, Austin Lute. And then out of Independence, number 34, Max Campbell. In net, we're looking for out of Perry Township, Ohio, number 30, Brandon Fratantonio. For the Cyclones, we're looking at Alexander Barricella, Joe Safara, Ben James, Donovan Fry, Jake Zinko, and Grace Frank in the net. As there are just about 30 seconds remaining here in warm-ups. I mentioned during the intro, I am the voice of the USHL's Youngstown Phantoms. Phantoms were in action in Muskegon last night, a game that the Phantoms fell behind 4-0 before getting a goal with 30 seconds left in the first period. Went into the second intermission trailing 4-1. Gave up a 5th goal in the opening 90 seconds of the third, then scored the final 3 to get within 1, but could get no closer and fell to the Muskegon Lumberjacks last night by the score of 5-4. Jacob Fowler took the loss. He played the last period of the game after Colin Wynn left injured. Colin Wynn had a rough night, got bowled over by Lumberjacks 3 or 4 times at least. Phantoms still in 4th place in the USHL. Muskegon in 7th. Phantoms and Jacks will be facing off again this evening. You can hear that game on the Mixler or MixLR app, however you want to call it. Just search Muskegon Lumberjacks. Game also available on Flow Hockey if you have one of those subscriptions. Phantoms will return home to the Covelli Center on February the 17th to take on the Dubuque Fighting Saints. And then the next weekend, starting on Thursday, February the 23rd, the USHL Cleveland Classic taking place at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Jim, I know we're both very excited for that.
Absolutely excited. Outdoor hockey there. They're going to play several games up at First Energy Stadium. They're going to get their use out of it, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Highly encourage everybody to go to youngstownphantoms.com. Get your tickets for that game.
Tickets just $25, and $5 of that ticket purchase goes to the Black Bear Youth Foundation. We are just about ready for puck drop. As Fryer takes the draw, I thought he was going to be injured, but he is back in the game tonight, and we are underway. You can roll for initiative. Centering pass looking for Fryer. That's tipped away by the Cyclones defense. Down low. running into his man. Shinneberry up the far wall. Fryer back down low. Cycled away by the Jets or the Cyclones. That was Barrichello. Sharp angle shot into the slot. Shinneberry got the shot away. Stopped by Frank. Rebound controlled by Canton Akron. Now man bumped off the puck. Barrichello trying to clear it around the wall. Held in at the left point by Frat Antonio. His shot wide of the cage. Rebound to the right wall. Shoveled back down low by Shinneberry, but right to the stick of the Cyclones. And they will send down the link of the ice. This might go for icing. It will. And we will get our first whistle 46 seconds into this first period. Of course, not like the NHL, you are allowed to line change here on the icing whistle. Face-off back in the Kent zone, just to the left of the netminder. Taking that draw, going to be Tyson Hunka. He won that draw, but Kent got to it first and chipped it out to center. Stopped it there by Lute. Sent back to the line, but touching it just a little too early was Bazarov. And Canton Akron offside. Taking the draw one more time here will be Hunka. You know, Jim, we should have known better. We anticipated the top line starting for the Jets, and they head coach Sean Houston went and threw all the seniors out there on us.
Oh, absolutely, and that's going to be a big day for them. One note change for Kent. Carson Porter going to be out for an undisclosed injury. Jim Anders being called up from the national team for Kent. He'll replace him today.
Quick shot on net and a goal by Canton Akron. Lucas Black lighting the lamp, and Jim, Lucas Black is just an impressive looking hockey player, just a freshman getting the start here on the American team.
Yeah, and there's a class of freshmen on this team that really make you look forward to the next few years. Black, one of those Youngstown Phantoms we talked about, and he's really taken a leadership role, and he can score from any angle, does a fantastic job.
Back at center ice, Hunka to take the draw, but however, won by Kent in forcing their way into the zone is Keneally. Behind the cage it goes. Stopped up in the corner by Wilson. Turned it over. Picked up by Hunka, though, on the centering feed. Kent takes it right back. Fed in front. Keneally got to Zinko. Couldn't step it home. Pass Fran Antonio. Jets will try the far side. Spinning it ahead is Bazarov into the zone. Ducks around to check. That's Barrichello, but stripped him of the puck. Back ahead come the Cyclones. Can't clear their own zone, however. Barrichello around the cage. Tries the near wall. Stopped at the half wall by Black. Turned and fired. His shot blocked. Getting in the way of that, Jamison Keneally in the right corner. It's Black up the wall. Out to the point. Unable to keep it in the zone. Were the Jets coming ahead? Are the Cyclones on the breakaway? And Safara shut it down. Was looking for a slashing call as their Keneally stick goes flying. That's Joe Keneally. Thought that probably should have been a slash on that one for sure. As the shot goes wide from the point. Black battling for it in the corner. Coming in to clear off his man was Wilson.
Sticks everywhere on the ice. Joe Safar, another senior out of Mooney High School for Kent. His brother, Alex, a sophomore on this team. Another couple of the former Phantom players that we've talked about.
As Chris Wilson, a senior, called for interference. They're checking the man that was battling again with the puck against Lucas Black. So Cyclones to the power play. Off the face-off, Safara spins one on net. That is, well, actually just wide of the cage. Now behind the cage, Safara's centering feed. That was Alex Safara. Broken up by Canton Akron. And Hunka brings it to the neutral zone. Chips it just wide of the cage. Shoveled into the right wing corner. And check that. I think we have Austin Green in net for the Kent Cyclones as they will start to bring it ahead here on the power play. Minute 30 remaining on their man advantage. Add to the line, chipped by Parker at center, but into the zone came the Cyclones, but the puck rolled right to Lute, and he will clear it the length of the ice. Cyclones ahead through center, picked up by Joe Keneally. Looking for some open ice. He'll come far side, but lost the puck. Picked up by Hunka. He's coming in one-on-one. Hunka couldn't make the move to the inside. Nice sweeping stick there by the Kent defense. Dumped right back into the zone by Lute. Cyclones off for a change. But here is Hunka again, shorthanded. Trying to cut to the middle, bumped off the biscuit, and Kent will carry ahead. Cyclones into the zone. Keneally threw one on net, sticked away by Fratantonio. Over to Zenko, near side. Cross point to Jamison Keneally. Turns and fires. That is blocked by Black to the corner. Black trying to cut up the middle. Zenko threw a nice check. Got him off the puck, but Hunka able to clear it out to center. 25 seconds left on the power play. Dumped back in by Kent. Luke will throw it right up the middle, in on net, and that will be sent into the corner by Austin Green. 15 seconds left on the power play for Kent. Passed ahead to center, taken by Alex Safara. Into the zone, dissed around his man. Safara toward the cage, lost the handle as it rolls behind the net. Over to Zinko, sharp angle shot off the mask of Fran Antonio. Gavin Fran Antonio, his brother defenseman, sends it to the near corner. Fryer out to center. He found Black, and we're back to even strength. Black into the zone, 1-on-2. Made a move and got the shot away, but missed the cage. Hustling after that rebound was Craven, kept in at the far wall by the Jets, but now they give it up on the cycle, and Kent will carry back ahead. From the red line, they will send it into the CAK's zone. Near boards, Parker to Fryer, took a bump, trying to knock that down in the slot was Campbell. Shoveled just wide of the cage, picked up by Parker. He'll send it around far side. Craven tried to bump it out of the zone. Stopped up by Porter, came back to him, and second effort, Craven does get it out to center. Sent right back into the zone by the Cyclones. Campbell picks it up for Canton. Gets it out to center for Fryer. Fryer spins away from a man, looking for some open ice. Fought through a stick check, got it as far as the neutral zone, right in front of his own bench. Chipped it through the legs of Joe Keneally and down into the left wing corner of the Kent zone. Keneally, nice move there, and makes another one to get the puck as far as the neutral zone. He'll bring it to the red line and into the CAK zone, but it's swept off of his stick into the corner by Campbell. Tried a centering feed that hit the skates of Campbell and came right back. Parker plays it away from the elder Safara. That's Joe. And it's played back out to center by Canton Akron. Into the corner. Dial picks it up. Found his man at center. Into the zone. Coming ahead is Dahman. Drop back for Shinneberry. His shot just wide of the cage. Rebound loose at the side of the net. Swept away by the Cyclones. To the right side. Forcing it down around the wall is throwing a big check down there was Dahman, but Kent able to get the puck out to center. Picking it up in his own zone is Wilson. Shoveled ahead back to the line. Into the zone. Dahman, long distance. Wrister save made by Green. Rebound was loose, but it bounced just wide. Shinneberry chips it behind the cage, around to the far side. Up to the point. Little toe drag and a shot right to the glove of Green. That came off the stick of defenseman Robert Hanneberg. 8:32 left in the first. 1-0 Jets.
Hey, talk about Robert Hanneberg again. Another one of those freshmen, going to be one of the more bigger physical players, also a lacrosse player that season coming up. And he'll be relied on heavily come playoff time here just in a couple weeks.
Face-off will be to the right of Austin Green. As one of our linesmen doing a little ice maintenance right in front of the Kent bench. Maybe a mouthpiece, maybe, Jim?
I'm going to guess just because of past practice, probably going to be Lucas Black's mouthpiece.
Okay, that's fair.
His mom, Bree, will probably agree with me on that.
Ben Rose, freshman out of Jackson, takes the draw, but it's won by Kent. Battling for it behind the cage. Mazurko picks it up, clears it out to center off the stick of Hanneberg, rolls to the right wing corner of the Jet zone. Poking at it was Jordan Porter. He'll pick it up in that corner. Tried the centering feed. Broken up nicely by Hanneberg. Puck bounces back to the Cyclones. Jones tries a spinning shot. Hanneberg got a piece of that and then goes after the rebound in the left corner. And to help him out is Craven going up against Porter. Up to the half wall. Defenseman pinching in for Canton Akron. Into the corner. Tried a centering feed. Porter couldn't handle it. Thought maybe Jones got away with a slash on Rose there. As able to regather. Got it out to center. Coming ahead is Fortis. Spinning shot from the left half wall. Rebound was loose in front. Rose couldn't get the twig on it. Iced the length of the sheet by Kent off the rebound. 7:41 left in the first. And Jim, big rebound right there for Ben Rose. Just couldn't get the twig free.
And that's been the case for this younger line. Trying to get to those rebounds, get the easy ones past the net. And again, that'll come with time with this really special freshman class.
Hunka to take the draw for CAK. He won it, got it over to a man. Backhander on the cage. Frank Green makes the save. Rebound swept away by Kent and cleared to center. Coming ahead is Zenko. Knocked off of his twig. Cleared to the line, but held in. Keneally. Down low. Zenko redirected it on net on the shot from the right point by Keneally. Cleared out to center. Skating ahead is Bazarov. Got it in on net, but Green's going to swallow that up for a whistle. 7:13 now left in the first period. Still 1-0 Canton Akron. On the goal by Lucas Black. Face-off will be to the right of Green. Fryer to take the draw. Craven trying to set up in the shotgun. Instead, his centerman moved him away and now we get a shot from the left point. I think that came off the stick of Jack Dial. Didn't get a number on the defenseman there. As going down at center was Hanneberg, and ahead come the Cyclones. Nice stick there by Dial, defending in his own zone as Fryer takes a bump, but I think Craven's going to get called for a trip here in the neutral zone. Tripped up Safara.
I don't think you're going to get a much easier call than that as he tried to recover, and he will take out a fellow Polandite.
And I know you know the Safara as well.
Know him well. Alex, we've been tying his skates since he was playing, and boy, sometimes he can be a little rough on me, though.
I know that the Safaras are going to let you hear about this one for sure.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Sherry and Joe, two just the best people, their parents, and doing a great job with Joe and Alex. But, boy, Alex will never let me hear the end of it.
I'm actually surprised your cell phone isn't buzzing right now with a text message. What's Will doing? As off the face-off, Joe Keneally got it right on net. Fran Antonio made the save and covered it up. Keneally won the face-off again, but this one picked up by Gavin Fran Antonio. Cleared the length of the ice right in on Green, and he will stop it up for Barrichello. Barrichello looking for some ice, passed it ahead. Out of every Cyclone's reach, bounced right to Austin Lutz, sauces it down the ice, maybe just wide of the cage, but Green setting it up for Barrichello again. 30 seconds already gone on the tripping call to Will Craven. Maybe getting away with some hooks there at center. Tyson Hunka has a steal in the neutral zone by Lucas Black into the zone. 1-on-3, Black to the cage, short-handed, he scores! Black went backhand, forehand, tucked it around Austin Green. And, Jim, I think they call that the dangles.
Yeah, and you know what? He's got probably one of the best sets of hands on this team. And he sees the game so well. It slows down for him, and he's really able to work through these things. Normally, we don't encourage him to dangle to throw all those players, but on occasion, he does a really good job with that.
Time of the goal with 6:07 remaining here in the first period. 2-0 Canton Akron as Lucas Black already on hat trick watch here in the first period. Jets still on the penalty kill as this one from the net mouth shoveled in on the cage by Cooper. And Brandon Fratantonio throws the trapper on top of it. The Fratantonios from nearby Perry Township. Just about, 10, 15 minutes down the road, depending on which way you take. Face-off won by Kent, trying to shovel it to Safara in the circle. Cleared to the line. No, they did not hold the line. Great attempt there by Mazurko. But the puck did just pop out to center. Linesman quick with the whistle. 54 seconds left in the power play for Kent. Fryer won the draw. Back to Fran Antonio. Clears the length of the ice. Green shovels it away from the fast oncoming Keaton Parker. Cleared the line and picked up there by Fryer. Trying to come back into the zone, but stripped of the puck by Kent. They'll bring it ahead. Into the zone came Alex Safara. Had it poked away from him. Fryer lost the puck in front of the Kent bench, and so he will just shovel it into the Kent zone. 27 seconds left on the kill for the Jets. Pass ahead. This might go for icing here on Kent. They do blow the whistle. Is unable to click on that stretch pass. Waiting for it at the Canton Akron line was Elliott Jones. And Jim, if there's one thing that drives coaches crazy, it's icing on the power play.
Yeah, certainly you're just wasting that opportunity. But so one of the things for Kent, and you can see the bench a little bit shorter than that. Sometimes fatigue sets in for them, and they kind of pace themselves. So these breaks for them are something that actually may be helpful.
Yeah, Kent looks like they're playing with a very shortened bench tonight. I think I only see 7 skaters on the bench. So just 12 total skaters as a shot from the right point kicked out by Fred Antonio. Rebound picked up by Dahman, but couldn't skate through center. 6 seconds left in the power play. Long distance shot from Keneally. He scores. My goodness, what a ripper by Joe Keneally. Got it high over the shoulder of Brandon Fratantonio. And with 4 seconds left on the power play, Kent is on the board. They trail 2-1. 4:55 left in the first period.
Joe Keneally's a strong young man, too, out of East Palestine. Just saw his mom, Jamie, again, a former Phantom. Had some great times with them, but he and Jamison, both here with the Kent Cyclones now.
Crazy times in East Palestine with the train derailment last night,
To
Jim.
say the least.
Into the zone. Off the faceoff came Porter, and his shot on the cage. Check that was Safara. Got it right on the net. Patted out by Fred Antonio. Craven already out of the box thanks to the power play goal. Dahman in the right corner, watched by Zenko. Zenko lost his twig. Exit attempt shut off by Keneally. But coming in to cover up the puck was Chad Graham, the captain of the CAK team. Over to Shinneberry, little start-stop move, trying to bully his way through the slot. Joe Safara hauled him down, and I do believe they're going to call a trip. I could have gone with a hook, but regardless, I'm pretty sure Joe Safara did commit that penalty.
And if you watch some of the NFL films, it's been a great tackle, too. Would have saved it from a touchdown, but again, Joe Safara not picking up a lot of penalties there, and he's been a great captain and senior for this Kent team.
Jake Zenko, believe he's wearing a letter for this Kent team, not buying the call, trying to plead the case of his teammate. But those are going to fall on deaf ears, and CAK to the power play. Bazarov, Graham, Black. Let's see, I think that's Dahman over there. And then Hunka as well. As it is, Hunka, point to point over to Black. Little toe drag shot right to the belly of Green. Rebound is loose and it trickles just wide. Digging for that in front was Graham. Hunka left point. Shot right to the glove of Green. Little pushing and shoving in front of the cage. And I think maybe Kent's going down another man.
Oh, a little confrontation there with Will Craven.
I was going to say, Jim, was that Will down there in front hunting for that rebound? He drew that penalty.
Well, bragging rights on the line here for a lot of these guys. They do stay in touch, and we get to talk to them a lot of the time, actually. But I guess all bets are off when you're on the ice.
5-on-3 for $143. CAK bench trying to get the crowd fired up. As Graham won the draw forward, swept away to the end wall by Seppi. Off the corner boards, it's going to stay in the Kent zone. Forced up the boards to the right point. Black picks it up. Goes over to Hunka on the left side. Hunka, top of the circle. Slides it across just off the stick of Graham. Check that, Bazarov. Slides it over to Hunka. Right point, Black, lot of room. Shot, just maybe rang it off the post on the left side. Rebound to Hunka. Chipped away from Graham, loose down low. Kent plays it over to the boards, and they get it out to center. Backtracking for it quickly was Black, and Kent going to be denied the line change here on the hustle, and smart play by Lucas Black. Around the cage comes Hunka, up to the point in Black. Right circle, Bazarov fed in front looking for Graham that hit a skate, bounced to a Kent skater, and down the ice it goes. 43 seconds left in the 5-on-3. As Black leaves it for Bazarov, winding it ahead with speed. Bazarov into the zone, no resistance. Bazarov around the cage to the right side. Slides it across. Hunka plays it off the wall. Center point for Black. Stepped in, fanned on the shot, was lost in his skates, poked out to center by Zenko. Black able to shovel it away from him. Craven going to pick it up and bring it into the zone. 2-on-2 has Fryer with him. Craven long distance shot might have been going wide of the cage, but blocker to the corner by Green and cleared out to center by Kent. 5-on-3 over in 4 seconds. As into the zone comes Parker. His shot blocked over to the wall. Picked up by Kent, cleared to the line. Nice keep for a moment there by Fryer. 10 seconds left on the power play for Kent as they fan on the clearing attempt. Keeping in the zone, Fryer plays it to the right corner. 4 seconds left on the power play. Black shot redirected high by a stick by Parker. I think that probably should have been a high stick on the puck. As out of the box comes Safara on the break. Stepping in, got the backhander away, stopped by Fratantonio. Rebound to Parker, cleared to the line, kept in by Safara. Down the left side. Alex Safara, back door looking for a man. That was Jones in the right circle. Couldn't get the shot away. And it's Hunka dancing around a man. 3-on-2 for Ken if they hurry. Hunka into the zone, danced around his man. Hunka, shot, score! Get that cat off my chair. Tyson Hunka. 87 seconds left in the first. Unable to convert on the 5-on-3 power play, but on the rush, Tyson Hunka gets that one home. And the Jets lead 3-1.
Now Hunter Cooper with an opportunity for Kent down here on their end. Couldn't put it in there. Just didn't have the gas to get back to defend it either.
Kent won the faceoff. Couldn't bring it forward. Poked away by Craven. Into the zone. Tried the long distance shot. That's blocked to the end wall by Barrichello. Rebound to the right corner. Up to the point. Lute. Little toe drag and shot. Redirected along the way, but Green with a sharp save. Rebound to the Cyclones. They'll clear it to center. Skating ahead, Keneally. He took a bump. It rolls down below the cage of Brandon Frat Antonio. Rose clears up the far wall. Found his man at center. That was Fortis. Sent ahead into the zone. Craven in on the forecheck. Got a piece of it, but couldn't step in on net as Porter backhands it out to center. Found Zenko there. Coming ahead 1-on-3. Zenko behind him. Broken up nicely by Craven. He has Rose with him as they come ahead 2-on-2. Craven down the right side. Long distance shot. Defended away by Jamison Keneally. Now a shot from the left boards by Rose was going high, but snagged by the trapper of Austin Green. 36.6 left in the first period. 3-1 Jets.
Now, the Jets not sure they were going to go with that fourth line either. Gage Weaver out with an injury, and Craven now double shifting there along with Rose now coming in Fortis.
And it will be Dom to take the job, but that is won by Alex Safara. Kent trying to clear. Anders behind the cage. Shoulder to the right half wall. Cleared out to center. Coming ahead is Jones. Watched by Gavin Frat Antonio. Jones. Sharp angle shot. Was going through the blue paint. Played away by Frat Antonio. That was not going to be on net. And it's Shinneberry. Skating ahead. 15 seconds left of the period. Shinneberry has Graham behind him. Shinneberry down the right side. Trying to cut to the middle. Knocked away by Anders. He'll send it off the window. Find a teammate. Iced down the length of the sheet. And that will do it for the first period of play. Kent got a power play goal, but 3 goals, including 2 by Lucas Black for Canton Akron. And they lead 3-1. We're going to step aside for just a moment here on Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
This is Everett Fitzhugh, the radio voice of the NHL Seattle Kraken, and you're listening to the home of the Youngstown Phantoms, Western Reserve Radio.
Hi, it's Mark Means, host of By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
The Center Ice Complex in Jackson Township. Getting ready for the start of the second period. Canton Akron Jets with a 3-1 lead over the Kent Cyclones. Canton Akron will be attacking the near side now, going right to left on your radio dial. Of course, I have my 5-year-old son, Jonathan, sitting here with me. And pretty soon it's going to be, what's a radio dial?
Yeah, and certainly we talked about cars, that we're now not coming out with AM radios. So it's on that path.
As you can roll for initiative. Second period is underway. Jets bringing it into the zone. Forcing his way down the left side is Hunka. Centering feet just past the stick of Bazarov out to the point. Wilson couldn't hold it in the zone. Coming ahead in the 3-on-1 is Kent. Zenko, left point shot, blocker save by Frat Antonio, and that one's into the meshing. And Jim, I don't think there was any percentage chance that Jake Zenko was doing anything than shooting the puck right there.
No, not at all. Made his way down there by himself, left everybody behind. But again, I look at the conditioning for Kent. You know, and they're going to have to play a half ice here because playing a full ice has been tough for them so far.
And it will be Joe Keneally to take the draw. It's won by Kent. Got it on net. Fran Antonio stopped it, bobbled the rebound. Campbell able to sweep it away for a moment. Kent trying to clear it up to the point, looking for Mazurko. Cycled back down the wall, centering feed off the back of the net. Picked up by Fryer, and he's going to turn on the Jets. Fryer into the zone, lost his footing, slipped it over to Craven. He'll button hook in the corner away from Mazurko. Up to the point. Campbell shot, redirected high, but snagged by the trapper of Austin Green.
Well, Fryer making his way back after a knee injury in October. Going to kind of work him in a little bit. Didn't anticipate using him on every shift, but looks good so far.
Kent's killing me with the no shoulder numbers. I know we know that struggle in the USHL sometimes.
Not broadcast friendly. We got to talk to somebody about that.
A big hit in the corner there by Seepy. As the puck is cleared out the center, into the zone comes Alex Safar, swing out to the left circle, button hooks at the hash, dropped it back to the point. Andrews was on coming from the blue line. Cleared to the line, held in by Andrews now. As he lost the puck, Craven couldn't find it in his skates. Poked at by Fryer and got it out to center. Taking a bump was Parker as that one rolls over to Jones. Drop back for Andrews, turned over at center. Parker into the zone. Parker down the left side, poked at by Seepy. Parker, right point, had the man coming off the bench. That's Dahman, trying to walk his way through the slot. Puck rolled off his twig out to the point, held in nicely by Lute. He'll spin it around the kick plate, but the Jets are changing as it's Jones backhanding it out to center past Dahman. Stopping it up at the line was Campbell, but it bounced over to Cooper. Cooper in the zone, long distance shot off the shoulder of Frat Antonio. Rebound is Seepy for the Cyclones, but he has it stripped away behind the cage, cleared to the line, battle for it as Lute hauled his man down. That was Joe Safara. Puck bounced to Dahman, cleared around the wall to the far side. Andrews pitching in to keep the play alive. Bumper play there for the Cyclones, but taken away. Skating ahead is Fry. Fry coming in, trying to make a move toward the cage. Couldn't shovel it through the 5-hole on Green. Did not get anything on that shot as he only had one hand on his stick as he came in. Andrews doing a great job of tying him up legally, Jim.
Yeah, and again, Keneally and Seepy also on the back check there, just trying to create some obstacles for him. Hard to keep up with because Fryer very fast, and I think they were fortunate, basically just on effort.
And Joe Keneally bent over at the waist. You can tell he's already starting to feel the extended minutes here in this one as 12:51 left in the second. Haven't even hit the halfway mark of regulation as Kent won the draw but could not clear. Graham battling for it on the left half wall up to the point. Frat Antonio, his shot wide of the cage. Around to the right side, pinching in to keep the play alive was Dial. Puck still loose. The upper part of the Kent zone. Cleared to the center momentarily. Jets will have to touch up Graham, hunting for that puck, but Keneally sticks it ahead, looking for Zenko, but knocked back out the center by Kent. Mazurko sent Graham flying, but that one was legal as Keneally picks it up and clears it into the CAK zone. Taken there by Gavin Fran Antonio. Stretch ahead, looking for Dahman. Barrichello got a piece of it, bouncing puck top of the right circle. Failing on the clearing attempt was Joe Safara. Shinneberry in on the forecheck as Safara trying to throw a hit on the much larger Shinneberry. Took about 3 tries, but he did get the puck away from him. Great effort here by Graham. Got the puck to Dahman. Shot pat, saved by Green. As the puck rolls to the side of the cage now off the rebound, and Green gets the trapper on top of it. And those were some shifty moves there by Dahman, but Green, great job to just stay still with the lower body and not bite on any of them, Jim.
Green being very patient. You know, I don't want to mention about Chad Graham, too, being a senior. One of the few in the country, maybe the first to be accepted to all 3 military academies. Absolutely outstanding.
Outstanding young man, going to be attending the Naval Academy is here off the faceoff. Ben Rose rips one just wide of the cage. Up to the point. Hannenberg. Little bobble, clear, did get the pass away, but knocked right back to him by Alex Safara. Now down the left wall, picked up by Fortis. His shot off the body of Green, and he scores. Giovanni Ford is out of nearby Louisville, and they jump all over him.
And we take a look at that line. 4 freshmen and a senior on that line. Again, looking down the road for the Canton-Akron Jets. Ford is Hanneberg, Craven, and Rose, all freshmen. Chris Wilson coming and supply some of the leadership.
4-1 Jets now. 11:28 left in the second period. Face-off, one at center by the Jets. Into the zone, tripping it toward the cage. Black elevated puck, backhanded on net. Putting on a show here, Lucas Black, as this one came from the right point by Chris Wilson. Stopped away by Green. Kent to the rebound, cleared up the middle. They have Jones. Jones got behind Hanneberg. He's in alone. Jones fires a shot. Saved by Fran Antonio. Rebound still loose for Kent, but cleared away by the Jets and out to center. Catching up to it is Black. Spins to the bottom of the left circle, looking for a trailer. His pass knocked away by CP. Got past Hanneberg again. CP into the zone. 2-on-4, got the shot away. Fran Antonio kicked it out. Rebound shoveled toward the cage by Jones, and that one went just wide. Picked up by Cooper. Looking for CP in the right corner. CP got it to Keneally, but couldn't handle it. Off the skates of Lucas Black. It bounced it on Fran Antonio. He jumped on top of it. It was shoveled free from Fran Antonio by a member of the Cyclones, and not responding well to that was Austin Lute.
Yeah, and Austin, I'll tell you, one of the more physical players out here, and one of the alternate captains out of Boardman High School, and he has been tough this year. I believe plays the most minutes out of any of the defensemen for the Jets.
It'll be Keneally to take the draw. It's going to be won by the Jets. Black couldn't clear, however. Shot on the cage from down low by Keneally. Kicked out by Fran Antonio. Left point now, one shoveled toward the cage by Jamison Keneally. That one wide of the net. As going down in the corner, I believe, was Luke, cleared around to the left side by the Jets, and Bazarov got it out to center. Mazurko threw it into Hunka's skates, got it back, now back out to center for Keneally. Off of Joe Safara, loose in the officials' crease. Poking at it are the Jets, but it bounces over to Keneally for the Cyclones. Into the zone, trying to work past Hunka. Couldn't do it. Picked up by Lute and sent down the length of the ice. That will go for icing on the Jets. 9:48 left in the second period. Canton-Akron leads by 3. Faceoff will be back in the CAK zone. Looks like they're going to drop it to the right of Fran Antonio. Fryer to take the draw against Alex Safara. Fryer won that draw, but Cyclones got it away. Coming around to the right corner, it's Elliott Jones. Tried to ship it behind the cage. Picked off by Fryer. He got tripped, but they're going to let that one go. Stepping in is Barrichello. His shot blocked away to the right corner. Campbell got to the rebound, sending it around the kick plate. Barrichello bumped Keaton Parker off the puck. Throwing a big hit there in the left circle was Austin Lute. Got his man off the puck, but Kent still trying to work the cycle here. Now it's Lute playing into the right corner. Campbell shovels it up the boards, and it is cleared out to center. Kent showing some life here down 3 as trying to throw a hit was Alex Safara, but he ran right into Max Campbell, and Max Campbell said, "Not today, son." Into the zone came Parker, but offside just ahead of the play was Will Craven. 9:03 left in the second.
Yeah, good effort by Alex, but Max Campbell, attending a military high school right now, stays in fantastic shape. One of the bigger, stronger defensemen for the Jets, and I don't know, Alex. Maybe you want to rethink that one next time.
Max Campbell is thick. That guy is a unit.
Yeah, he would make a great defensive tackle.
As neutral zone draw controlled by the Jets. Craven keeps it alive off the stick of Keneally. Maybe high stick on the puck here or offside. Looking for some indication from the ref. I'm going to guess offside on Canton-Akron. Faceoff coming back into the neutral zone. Be Graham to take the draw against Joe Keneally. Keneally won it forward, hit a couple of sticks, bounce back to CP, back to Keneally. That's Joe at center. He'll carry ahead. Joe, long distance wrister off the blocker of Fran Antonio. Rebound over to Zinko. He spun it wide of the cage. Behind the net, it's Keneally. Off the back of the net, cleared away by the Jets, and it's Dom at center. Thrown to open ice. Skating into it, Shinneberry. From the slot. Got one on the net. Pad save by Green, and he pounces on that rebound because it was not secured in the blue paint.
Dom and Ingram both had a shot at that on the rebound. And again, that's a part of their game they need to work on. They got these big these big forwards. They need to give them an opportunity. But Dom doing a great job with the effort, trying to get down there, he and Graham. And now they'll head to the bench for a little breather.
And Austin Green making snow angels in the crease down there to get on top of that rebound. Maybe a little generous whistle there by our officials here as it's Safari to take the draw against Rose. Rose wanted forward, backhander toward the cage by Craven off the side of the net. In the corner, Fortis has it taken away by Alex Safari. Up the wall, Rose cut it off on the cycle to Craven in the corner. Mazurko hauls him down. That'll be the second penalty here that Craven has drawn this afternoon. Holding call upcoming on Mazurko. And Canton Akron back to the power play.
Now that's good. I don't think Coach Sean Houston wants to see Craven back in the box. Really has a special role for him because he's not the person with the best hands on the ice, but he is one of the hardest workers. He's the guy that'll battle down by the net for you. And again, that's his role. And when he's not there, you really miss him.
Face off to the right of Green as I believe it's the third power play for the Jets. Safari won the draw to the point, but Black held it in. Over to Hunka. Now center point for Black. Little bobble on the pass as he's watched by Jones. Over to Walter Bazarov. Back to Black. One-timer. Wristed on the cage. Glove saved by Green. Rebound to the Cyclones. They'll clear it up the near boards and down the length of the ice. Fran Antonio plays it over to Black, who's watched by Jones. Black brought it behind the cage, and he'll bring it back ahead. Minute 35, now 33 left on the power play. Played ahead to Craven. A little trouble with the pass. Tried to slip it ahead looking for Graham. It got to him. Graham with a shot. Ripped it wide of the cage. Rebound off the corner boards to Hunka. Up to the point with Black. Black over to Hunka. One-timer wide of the net. Hard off the end wall. It bounced to Bazarov. He couldn't chip it back to the cage. Bazarov to the left corner for Graham. Top of the circles. Graham turned and fired. Hit Craven in the belly. Bounced to the right corner. Bazarov had it poked away from him, but held in at the point by Black. Over to Hunka, left circle. Steps in, fired a shot, he scored! My goodness, what a snipe. Tyson Hunka ripped it far side, top shelf, where Grandma keeps the peanut butter.
And this is one of the part of their game that's really developed on this power play. Earlier in the season, you saw them shoot the puck as if they were on a shot clock. Now you see a little more patience. They're willing to wait for that guy to make a move. And when Hunka was down here at the bottom of that circle, he was by himself. Great shot opportunity for him, took it. And you can't ask for much better execution than that on the power play.
They gave him time. They gave him space. Green was deep in the net. And Tyson Hunka absolutely lasered that to the top right corner.
Yeah, I can't blame Green for that. It looks like they're going to take a timeout right now. Kent is to kind of settle things down a little bit.
Score is 5-1. In favor of CAK. Pair of goals for Lucas Black. Pair of goals for Tyson Hunka. And Giovanni Fortis with the fifth marker for CAK. 7:11 left in this second period.
And for Gio, he hasn't quite had the season he liked, but that was great to see him get one in the back of the net there. Pick him up a little bit on that. And again, Lucas Black, every week in and week out, we can depend on him. And he has been outstanding as Kent needed that timeout to kind of slow things down here. You talked about the short bench, and I think now this is catching up with them. And we'll see if they get that intermission. Usually they'll take it between the second and third period. And we'll see if Kent maybe can come out with a little bit more energy to round this one out.
Teams look like they're preparing to break the huddle here. Again, 7:11 left in the second period. CAK up 5-1. Jim, they should almost give an assist to Will Craven for drawing the penalty there and getting CAK on the power play.
Yeah, I guess you make yourself useful one way or another there, and that's kind of been his thing in recent weeks is drawing those penalties. They've had several 5-on-3 situations, but I don't know if you want that to be your role, to be the guy that gets beat up in order to gain that man advantage.
I mean, coaches will notice the hardest worker. That is absolutely for sure. You don't always show up on the score sheet, and looking at the North Coast High School Hockey League website, they don't exactly keep track of these things other than wins and losses. As here it's Hunka looking for the hat trick, steps in, he scores, hats off. Tyson Hunka, his third of the game, 11 seconds after the faceoff win, and it's CAK with the 6-1 lead. What a move to the middle by Hunka, and then tucked it around Green on the forehand. And there's really not a whole lot that Austin Green is going to do on that one, Jim.
No, you're only going to cover so much of that net at one time. But, they played the game on October 29th. That was a 9-3 game. And you wonder sometimes mentally if Kent doesn't look at it and say, oh, no, here we go again. And, when you start thinking that way, it's kind of like being in quicksand. You start sinking, and it's hard to get out.
As Hunka here wins the draw, but it's turned over at center. Keneally into the zone. Couldn't make a move. It drops back to Safara. His shot off the pad of Frat Antonio. Off the corner boards. Coming back ahead is Hunka. Slipped it over to Black. Back to Hunka. He couldn't redirect it home at the far post. Pretty passing there by CAK is out to center. Comes Safara. Back in one-on-one. Long distance shot. Patted away easily. Safara got the rebound on that too. And Frat Antonio will cover that up. 6:34 left in the second period.
The Hunka-Black combination flirting with 2 hat tricks. Black looking for his third, and Hunka, his first year with the program here, having an outstanding game.
Face-off will be to the left of Frat Antonio. Safara to take the draw against Fryer, and that one actually goes in on net, and Frat Antonio quick to cover that one up. We'll drop the puck all over again. I think about 1 second ticked off the clock. Safara against Fryer again. Fryer wins this one in the corner. Campbell wraps it around hard. Parker going after it. Now he's going to try to skate into it at center. Parker turning on the Jets. Makes a move. Green got the save. Craven couldn't chip home the rebound. It was just past him. Cleared to the neutral zone by Jones. Sent right back in by Campbell. CAK couldn't touch it. They were offside in the neutral zone. Parker poked it away from Alex Safara, but it dropped back for Cooper. His shot well wide of the cage. Rebound to the right corner. Side of the net, Safara took his man down. That was Lute as the rebound popped over to the Jets. Cleared out the center looking for Craven, but Mazurko played away from him. Ahead to Cooper, then Safara. Safara, some stick handles, took a shot, blocked into the meshing by Austin Lute. 5:50 left in the second period. 6-1 CAK. As we have CAK National getting their stretch on here behind us. They're playing Team Ohio later this evening, I believe, Jim.
Yeah, an outstanding program over there. Again, tough at top to bottom for Team Ohio.
As off the faceoff, trying to make a move toward the cage was Joe Safara, but his backhander wide of the net. Campbell to the rebound, brought it to the near corner, couldn't shovel it up the wall, ran into a couple of Cyclone defenders. This one ended up going on net. Zenko poking at it, but pouncing on top of it, Frat Antonio. 5:35 left in the second period. And Jim, Kent has shown some buzz here at times in the second period. Just don't have anything to show for it yet.
Yeah, the flashes are good. It's the consistency that they need to develop. And again, that may come down to numbers for them. It's a math issue.
Shinneberry around the wall to Campbell, up to the point, held in nicely by CB. Tried to find Joe Keneally down the wall. Sent around now to the left point, and Anders trying to get it out the center is Graham. He'll do so. Shinneberry poked it back to Dahman. Danced around a man that went sprawling, brought it into the zone. Dahman spins around a check. Right corner. 1-on-3. Dahman got it over to Shinneberry. CAK going to try to start the cycle now. Dahman away from Joe Safara. Spun off the check toward the cage. That one was maybe going wide, but it stick to the near wall by Green. Battling for it is Graham, but coming in to get that away was CB. Little slash there by Graham. It goes uncalled. And off the far boards, it's Shinneberry. Chipping it back down low. Dahman gets to it behind the cage. Watched by CP. CP able to get that away. Cleared it up the far wall, and Zinko chipped it out to center. Fired right back into the zone by Lute, but that's right to CP. He'll skate it ahead for Kent from the official's crease. Cleared to the line, but poked right back out the center by Campbell. Coming back ahead are the Jets. That was Rose, but swept away from him by Joe Safara. Bounced over to CP, and he'll clear it out the center. Losing it in front of their own bench. Fortis got a piece and sent it back into the Kent zone, but that rolled right to CP. Tries the near wall this side, but Bros picked that off at the pass. Rose from the corner, centering feed. Nice use of the skates there by Keneally. Over to Fortis, but Jones took the puck away from him. Loose in the corner. Rose picks it up for the Jets. Rose. Around the cage to the far side. Tried to get it up to Loop, but the geometry pass picked off by Cooper and chipped ahead toward the CAK line by Campbell. Sent it back the other direction. CP stopped it up at his own line, carries it into the Jet zone. Between the circles, Cooper, his shot blocked by Campbell. Loose in front of the net. Lute sweeps it over to the far boards. Picked up by Campbell, who cleared to center. This might be icing. Yes, they are going to say that Fortis did not get a piece of it in the neutral zone. And the faceoff will come back into the CAK end with 3:30 left in the second period and a 6-1 Jets lead.
And that fourth line being productive with Rose, Fortis, Craven. They're doing a great job. And again, 3 freshmen on that, so you have 2 full lines of freshmen this year who will be coming back next year. We can't wait to see that.
Faceoff was to the right of Frat Antonio, won by the Jets, but they can't clear. Alex Savara spins off the check of Bazarov. Still tied up at the half wall. Sent into the corner. Picking it up there, Dial. He'll try the far boards again. Hit off the skates of Keneally and bounce ahead to Gavin Frat Antonio. Ahead for Black, couldn't bring it into the zone. Clearly, Alex Safara through center. Over to Cooper. Centering feed, looking for his brother, but broken up by the Jets. Now in the corner. Alex Safara couldn't send it up north. It's taken by Black and cleared ahead to Frat Antonio. Frat Antonio. Check that. That was Keaton Parker. Tried to drop it back for Black. Broken up by Cooper and chipped ahead for Jones. Hustling after it, Frat Antonio. Played over to Dial in their own end. 2:35 left in the second. 6-1 CAK. Pass ahead to the line for Parker. Trying to fight through the check of Mazurko. He does so. Parker trying to work his way toward the cage. Lost it in his skates. Played it into the corner for Black. Black turns and cycles it down low for Hunka. Thought about maybe doing an elevated pass, but it's picked off by Keneally. That's Jamison Keneally. Brings it out to the far side. Chips it to the line. Kept in by Dial, but right to Joe Keneally, and he will skate it ahead. Broken up by Tyson Hunka. He'll bring it back north for the Jets. High slot wrister sticked away to the near boards. Right to Lucas Black. Black to Hunka. He's going to get double teamed. Joseph came in to take a piece of the body as the puck rolled to Fryer. Fryer in front looking for Black. He's still looking for the hat trick. Couldn't take the pass cleanly. Behind him, Zenko. Couldn't chip it past the man. And out to center. Keeping it in the zone was Fryer. Down the left side. Fryer dropping it back to the point. Frat Antonio, little wrister redirected into the meshing by Black as he cut across in front of Austin Green. Looking for the redirect with this one. Finds the wrong kind of twine with 95 seconds left in the second period. 6-1 lead for CAK.
Great chemistry on that first line. Hunka, Black, and Fryer. And it's been Bazarov filling in for Fryer during his injury. And they've been productive either way.
Face off to the right of Austin Green. Graham to take the draw against Safara. Graham won that draw. Tried to drop it back for Dahman. Pass was in his skates. It came back to Hanneberg. Threw it to the far boards. Going to be picked up by Cooper and sent down the ice. Hit off the skates of Jones, so no icing. Played to the line, but held in by Cooper. Drive back for CP between the circles. Fired a shot right into the belly of Fran Antonio. Rebound is still loose. Safara sweeps it on net. Is it in? I have no idea. Waiting for some kind of indication. It is in. Goal for Kent.
And that's going to be Safara from CP. Connor CP, another player from the Phantoms program. We talked about that during the game. And one thing about CP, in the last couple of years, really he's got some height on him. He's gotten a lot bigger and stronger. And a great guy to have in the middle there and fighting near the net.
And Alex Safara, from his belly, got that one past Brandon Frat Antonio. So you can't say that Kent isn't out here giving everything.
Yeah, Alex is a tenacious guy. We'll put it that way. And, we'll have a little time together after the game. But we have some officials talking about something going on. Not sure, Matt.
I mean, they just put the second goal up on the board as now we will resume play. Faceoff was won forward by Rosewood right to Anders and played back into the CAK zone. Safara has the most recent goal, plays it around into the right corner for Jones. Back down low, Hanneberg got there first. Send around the kick plate for Craven. Craven, first clearing attempt, did not click. Rolls into the corner. Safara centering feed in front. Jones' shot is blocked. Rebound bounces back out to the point. CP over to Anders as we are inside a minute left in the period. Down low, battling for it. It's Jones. Spinning shot over to Safara. Fred Antonio made the save. Covered the puck. Quick whistle as the biscuit squirted free. But it was A quick whistle there by the near side official who lost sight of the puck. 40.8 left in the second, 6-2 lead for CAK. As right now the second period mirroring the first with 3 goals for CAK and just 1 for Kent. Keneally to take the draw. But that faceoff is won by Hunka. Got it over to Lute. Skates it around the cage to the near side. Lute ahead to center off the stick of Black. Bounced over to Hunka. Hunka skating in toward the cage. Made the move. Slipped it through the 5-hole. He scored. How much fried chicken can you eat? Tyson Hunka. Goal number 4. And it's 7-2 Jets. 28 seconds left in the second period.
Well, that's 4 for Hunka. Black's flirting with a hat trick, but I think all the hats have been thrown. So it's, I don't know. What do you call it when you get 4 goals? What do you throw out there then?
Sombrero?
Is it a fish?
I don't think it's a fish.
I don't know. There's fish. There's rats. I don't know. You got to check the NHL
Octopi?
rule book.
Octopi? Yeah. I think that's reserved for 8, though. 8 goals. Off the draw, Joe Keneally into the zone. Lost his footing. Puck rolled into the slot. And they're actually going to, I think, call a trip there on CAK. Looked to me like Keneally lost his feet of his own accord, but tripping call upcoming. Believe that's Lucas Black. 21 seconds left in the second period. Kent, see if they can convert on this power play before we hit that second period buzzer. Faceoff will be to the right of Fred Antonio Keneally to take the draw. Won by the Jets and chipped out to center. Nicely by Bazarov. Backtracking for it, CP. 12 seconds left in the period. Time for one rush here by Kent if they hurry. Pass ahead off the stick of Keneally. Rolled down to Lute. He'll throw it the length of the sheet, and that will do it for the second period. Tyson Hunka, 4 goals on the game, including the most recent one for CAK, and they lead 7-2 here at the end of the second. Teams are headed off to the locker room. We're going to take a break while they scrape the ice, and when we come back, we will have third period action between the Canton Akron Jets and the Kent Cyclones here for you on Western Reserve Radio.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand score! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @College Hockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the Lighted Par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
This is Everett Fitzhugh, the radio voice of the NHL Seattle Kraken, and you're listening to the home of the Youngstown Phantoms, Western Reserve Radio.
Hi, it's Mark Means, host of By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand score! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @College Hockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was
the
fine.
most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Will that be all?
Can I also have the Price is Right scratch off?
Come on down.
Excuse me?
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Play The Price is Right scratch off from the Ohio Lottery today. Win up to $100,000 instantly. Or enter for your chance to win a trip to Las Vegas for a chance to win up to $50 million in the Come On Down Challenge. Next in line,
I'll take whatever she's got.
Come on down. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
So, are you enjoying our station? Well, now you can take us along on your mobile device wherever you go.
Wow!
The free Live 365 app is available for both Apple and Android devices.
That sounds like fun. I'll give it a try.
Just go to the Apple app or Google Play Store and download it today.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world. Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to... During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand score! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was
the
fine.
most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Will that be all?
Can I also have the Price is Right scratch off?
Come on down.
Excuse me?
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Play The Price is Right scratch off from the Ohio Lottery today. Win up to $100,000 instantly, or enter for your chance to win a trip to Las Vegas for a chance to win up to $50 million in the Come On Down Challenge. Next in line,
I'll take whatever she's got.
Come on down. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
So, are you in?
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com.
Back inside the Center Ice Complex here in Jackson Township, Ohio. You can roll for initiative. Third period is underway between the Canton-Akron Jets and the Kent Cyclones. Canton-Akron leads 7-2. 4 goals so far this afternoon for Tyson Hunka. As Kent starting the period here on a power play. And into the zone they come. Stick handling in the left corner. Alex Zavara centering feed off of Austin Lute. Bounced over to Hunka, but hit the ankle of Barrichello and stayed in the zone as it rolls to Cooper. And then Safara got a shot away off the shoulder of Brandon Frat Antonio. Couldn't find it. It bounced harmlessly to the side of the cage, and his brother Gavin gets the rebound, clears it out to center. Bazarov couldn't find it to be brought back into the zone by Hunter Cooper. Cooper on his backhand, centering feed, shut off by Frat Antonio. Up to Seepy, fires it hard around the kick plate, comes to the near side. Hunka gets there first, fakes the slapper, and then goes with the easy wrister down the ice past Barrichello. As Green sets it up for Barrichello, he'll bring it ahead. 35 seconds left on the power play as Fry stripped Barrichello of the puck, spins away from him, kills some time, brought it back toward the line. Frat Antonio pumps it right back into the zone as Bazarov touches up. 20 seconds left now on the power play for Kent. Hard off the end wall. Round to the near side, Barrichello spins away from Fry, cleared to the line. Did Bazarov hold it in? I have no idea. The linesmen were not standing at the blue line. I don't see an arm up impending an offside whistle, so Kent will skate it ahead slowly, but now out of the box comes Lucas Black, and CAK back to full strength. Zenko with it at center. Sends it far side. Was looking for Mazurko. Taken away by Frat Antonio. Cleared the length of the ice. And icing will be called on the Jets. 13:06 left in this third period. Face-off back in the Canton-Akron zone, which will be to the left on your radio dial. Fryer to take the draw against Alex Safara. Still loose in the circle. Jones got to it. Got it on net. Fran Antonio made the save and then brought the rebound into his pads with that goalie twig. Another faceoff upcoming in the CAK zone. 13:01 now left in the third. Faceoff again to the left of Frat Antonio. One forward by Safara. Got it off the side of the cage. Frat Antonio trying to cover it. Safara got it loose, but it bounced over to Fryer. Couldn't clear the zone past Jones as he sent it behind the cage. Hanneberg got one hand on the stick and then puck as Keaton Parker takes a bump from behind by Safara, but the puck came free to Fryer. Couldn't get it past Jones, though. Turned it over Jones. Fed it to the side of the cage. It bounced into the glove of Frat Antonio. I think that maybe Hunter Cooper got a twig on that and redirected it into Fran Antonio's mitt.
Yeah, Brandon has been outstanding for the Jets this season. 1.86 goals a game. You're going to win a lot of games if you're getting that kind of help. But a good shot by Hunter Cooper. Again, another former Phantom.
As Graham wins it forward, and he's going to get it at least as far as center. But Kent did a great job of slowing down the rush. Throws it to the near side, Shinneberry. Couldn't keep it moving ahead north, as now Graham bumped his man off the puck, cleared to the line. It'll bounce back to Graham off the stick of Dahman. Graham skates it ahead, chips it past Zenko as it rolls below the goal line. Graham battling for it 1-on-3 as Dahman picks it up, throws it off the outside of the net, maybe hit the post. Rebound to the far wall, bouncing around now in the left circle. Kent able to sweep it out to center. Hanneberg drops it back for Wilson. Angle pass ahead, picked up by Shinneberry. Into the zone. Down the right side, Shinneberry toward the cage, sticked away by Green. Rebound to Dahman on the left wall. Spins away from Cooper, but Seepy Cut it off before it got to Shinneberry. Sent around the wall over to Jordan Porter. Cleared up the middle and out to the neutral zone. Hanneberg from his own blue line ahead to Shinneberry. Couldn't take the pass cleanly. He'll have to regather. Drops it back for Wilson. Played ahead to Dahman. Got tripped up. Rolled to Graham. And there's the tripping call. Jets headed back to the power play.
Looked like a little hesitation on the part of the official, but pretty clear.
You know, Jim, one of those situations where the official that was closest to it, maybe too close to see the actual play, as the call came from the trailing official.
And sometimes it's about angle, and, you know, we always tell you, take your time, let your mind digest what your eyes have seen.
As off the draw, Graham won it. Kept in the zone by Bazarov. Cycled over to Graham, up to the point to Black. Couldn't hold the zone, and the Jets will have to backtrack to center. Black drops it back for Hunka. Has 4 goals here today. Swings out to the right. Thought about making a move as he's watched by Jamison Keneally. Hunka still with it. Up to the point, looking for Black. He'll hold the line. Black over to the right side for Bazarov as he's watched by Alex Safara. Bazarov in the right corner to Craven. Wrister right to the glove of Green, and he'll hang on to a rebound. 10:45 left in the third period. 1:22 left on the power play for the Jets, who lead 7-2. Face-off upcoming to the left of Green. Sent to open ice, picked up by Hunka. Left circle, centering feed off of a man and bounces over to the right wall. Kent able to force it to the line, and Zenko does just get it out to center. Brought back in by Bazarov. He'll dump it to the left corner. Skating into it is Hunka. Left it in the corner. Craven picks it up. Spins away from Joe Safara. Craven to the near side, stripped to the puck by Barrichello, but got it to Fryer. Back down low for Craven, chipped it to the corner. Up to the point. Bazarov thought about the shot, slips it back to Craven at the half wall. Cross ice feed for Hunka. Couldn't take the pass for the one-timer. Hunka ducks under a check. Centering feed. Fryer shot right into Green, and he'll cover the rebound. Craven down there digging for the puck after the whistle and draws a crowd. And Gavin Fryer is going to want that one back. Austin Green was pinned deep to the goal line. There was a lot of net to shoot at, but Fryer put it right into the belly of the netminder.
No lack of effort there. Everybody in position where they needed to be, just couldn't work the puck around. And again, another opportunity, but we talked about the game, that part of the game that they need to work on, especially with playoffs coming up in terms of the Buckeye Cup and also for the North Coast Hockey League tournament coming up here in the next few weeks.
Officials getting together looking to see if maybe there's going to be any penalties off that post-whistle scrum. I think a roughing call upcoming. And we'll see who the guilty party is for CAK. And Jim, you and I both know who the 81, Will Craven, heading to the box.
Yeah, and I got to chuckle a little bit here. This is, again, competitive on the ice, but we look forward to the after party, I guess you could say, as he'll make his way to the box for the second time today, tripping on a call on the first one and checking from behind, I believe, was the call on this one.
I believe I saw a roughing call,
okay,
which
so
I believe would be accurate considering that he was the instigator there in the net front scrum. We'll play 4-on-4 for 34 seconds, I believe. I think they also need to bring this face-off down into the CAK end.
I don't think Mom's too happy about that call. She, I don't think she likes the fact that he got another penalty.
Well, he did it.
Yeah, no, there's no question.
No question at all.
I don't think the eye in the sky is going to lie, but it's going to be a long ride home.
As the official's still trying to figure out where they need to drop this puck.
And
now Craven out of the box.
Well, after further review, I guess wasn't as bad as we thought, maybe.
I saw one referee give a roughing indication and point at the box.
And we're still 5-on-4 at this point. So
they've put 2 minutes on the board to Kent. Is this going to be a 5-on-3?
So maybe Zenko was supposed to be the one to go in 81 instead of Craven 81.
Okay, that would make sense.
Interesting.
Jim, that's not how I saw it.
I think we got to figure it out, though. It would be 5-on-4.
Off the draw, Hunka, one-timer, he scores.
And I don't believe there's anything for 5 in a game.
we'll just call it a 5-piece for Tyson Hunka. Don't be jealous of his boogie. As with 9:54 left in the third, CAK now leads 8-2.
3 seconds on the power play. The first power play team for the Jets coming out, wasting no time on that one. And still 1:57 left on the second penalty.
As just off the face-off there, the CAK triangle late to get over to the left side. And Hunka did not waste any time blasting that one-timer into the cage. Took all of 3 seconds off the penalty clock. So CAK still on the power play here, but now 5-on-4. Into the zone comes Fryer down the left side, watched by Mazurko. Fryer around the cage. Went for a spill. Loose puck went to Mazurko. Tried to clear it, hit Fryer, and he's going to keep it in the zone, but then lost his footing as the puck squirts out the center. Fryer shovels it to the near wall, heads off for a change as Kent will clear it down the rest of the length of the ice. Fran Antonio set it up for Lute, and then Gavin Fran Antonio. And Gavin will skate it ahead with some speed. Gavin down the left side, watched by Mazurko now. Button hooks in the corner, drops it off for Craven. Tried to stick it toward the cage, but that's picked up by Kent, and Luke could not hold the left point as this one goes the length of the ice. Brandon Fran Antonio to Hunka. Got past Joe Safara and into the zone. Trying to sweep it away from him was Cooper, but Hunka able to regather. Hunka tried to shovel it over the cage, maybe looking for Black or Craven, but it hit the back of the net and came back to him. And now Joseph got the loose puck on the far wall and sent it out to center. Picked up by Gavin Fran Antonio, sent back over to Lutz, but unable to clear the zone yet. Will Craven, he got pinned behind the play. And Austin Lutz just needs to have his head up there and know that you can't enter the zone yet.
And some information on by our crack research team back in Youngstown, Ohio, one Dave Ferris. A hat trick is 3 goals. A 4-goal game is called a haul, and 5, a glut, that per the NHL. So, yeah, we learned something today. But how often do you really use that?
A glut.
Yes, this would be GLUT, a glut.
So I believe in the 14 or 15-year history of the Youngstown Phantoms, there has been 1 4-goal regular season game and 1 4-goal postseason game. Regular season game belonging to Yoshiro Hirano, and the 4-goal game in the playoffs belonging to Chase Greasock.
Now you're just dropping names.
That's what I'm here to do. Yoshiro Hirano, of course, plays for the Abbotsford Canucks of the AHL. Chase Greasock, still in college, playing in his 6th year. He's with Bowling Green State right now. Kent skating in ahead on the PK. Into the zone came Cooper, but he couldn't make a move to the middle. Nice stick work there by Keaton Parker as it's sent back down the ice by the Jets. 4 seconds left on the power play for CAK as it's cleared back out to center by Kent. And out of the box comes Zenko. Trying to get away from Parker. He'll do so. Ripped it into the CAK zone, but it rolled right over to Black. Sent it across the ice looking for Graham. Came out to center. Battling for it is Shinneberry. And he'll fire it off the far wall. Shinneberry. Interesting looking check there as the puck comes back into the CAK zone. Black throws it around to the left wall. Cooper couldn't chip it past Dahman. Graham takes a bump from Safara. Shot from the left point by Anders goes well wide. Black got to the rebound, and we have an interference call upcoming, I imagine, either on Dahman or Graham. And it will be Breen Dahman, the freshman out of Ursuline, heading to the sin bin as the clock is still running.
And it might be because of the goal differential, and I'm sure this is something the coaches would have to agree to. But Dahman coming over from Team Ohio this year in his freshman year, and he's been outstanding too.
Face-off won by Zenko, back to the point. One-timer blocked by Hunka. Puck thrown to the left corner by Kent. Picked up there by Porter. Porter up to the point for Jamison Kinley. Floated it toward the cage. Blocker save by Fran Antonio. Now over to the left side, the right side for a shot on net by Zenko. And that is right to the glove of Fran Antonio, who'll hang on. As both the penalty clock and the game clock are ticking. 6:20 left in the third on the running clock. Hunka to take the draw against Zenko. And Hunka wins that draw to Gavin Fran Antonio, who'll clear it the length of the ice. Off the end wall, Green plays it around the boards as Lucas Black goes for a spill. Puck comes around to Safara. Over to Barrichello into the zone. Thought Zinko might have been offside as major collision there at the blue line. And CAK clears it as far as Senna. Seepy picks it up for Kent. Dances away from Hunka. Dances away from Black. Brings it into the zone. Seepy long distance shot off the ankle of Gavin Fred Antonio into the right corner. Gavin picked that up, but it's controlled by CAK. Came over to Zinko in the left circle. And his ripper went wide of the cage. Trying to walk off the wall was Joseph R., but the puck bounced to Hunka. He's going to skate it ahead. Hunka had it poked off of his twig at the line by Barrichello as he's denied his look at goal number 6. 30 seconds left on the power play for Kent as the puck rolls below the goal line. Lute spins it away from Porter, clears it up the middle, and down the ice it goes. Mazurko stops it up at his own line, passes it ahead off the heel of Zenko's stick as it rolls to Frat Antonio and then Lute, and he'll clear it off the near window off the center. Kent back into the zone. Long distance shot. Frat Antonio throws out the right leg and keeps that one out of the cage as now back to even strength on the running clock. Escaping the box is Breen Dahman. 4:43 left now in the third period. Face off to the left of Frat Antonio. Ben Rose to take the draw against Alex Safara. Safara won the draw. One-timer off the face-off by Kent goes wide of the net. Behind the cage, popped up in the air. Glove down by Gavin Frat Antonio. Played to the left corner. Up the wall to Craven. Out to center for Rose. Couldn't handle it. Bounced off to Safara and then over to Jones. But his pass ahead hit the skates of Rose. And he will send it into the Kent zone. Rolls to the right corner with 4:10 left in the third. CAK up 8-2. In the left corner, Fortis left it there for Craven, but stepping off the wall are the Cyclones, and they'll bring it ahead. Kent into the zone, shoveling it just wide of the cage was Mazurko as Alex Safar went looking for that rebound, but it's cleared to the line off of Craven and out to center by Dial. Fortis trying to fight through a stick check, got hauled down, but CAK unable to keep that one in the zone, and Kent will try to bring it through center. Thought maybe that Alex Safar was offside there, but Jamison Keneally going to rip this one into the CAKN linesman rule. All play is legal with 3.5 left in the third. Off the side of the cage, the backhander by Joe Safara cleared out by Frat Antonio. Down into the Kent zone, icing on the Jets. As on the running clock, we tick toward 3:10 left in this third period. And again, CAK up 8-2, 5 goals on the game for Tyson Hunka.
He's been outstanding, but the story of the game has been the turnovers by Kent constantly in the neutral zone and down in their defensive zone, and that really has cost them.
Face off to the left of Frat Antonio. Hunka wins that draw, got it to Lucas Black. Got the first 2 goals of this game and has been stuck on 2 goals ever since. Well, meanwhile, Tyson Hunka's put up 5. Zenka back into the zone, bumped off the puck by Wilson as it rolled over to Black, got it out to neutral. Picked up there by Joe Keneally. He'll back toward his own line and look up for some options. Tried to chip it past Hunka, and he did so. For a second, it looked like either Hunka or Bazarov was going to get that one free. As Keneally battling top of the right circle, taken by Bazarov and thrown to open ice on the far side. Hunka skating into it, backhands it on the net. Green, easy stick save there. Left it behind the net for CP. 2:10 left in the third. CP to the line, cleared it out to center. Frat Antonio, or check that, Hanneberg denied him the line, but then second effort, Kent dumps it in to the CAK zone. Wilson in the near corner, cleared it off the window and out to center. Picked up by Kent, brought back in. Making move toward the middle was Mazurko. And that shot answered by the blocker of Frat Antonio. Hunka to the rebound, and he cleared it over the low glass and out of play. 1:40 on the running clock as we tick down toward 90 seconds.
I believe this clock's going to continue to run. Oh, I don't believe a goal differential. That's a rule that when the coaches decide that it's out of hand, they'll continue to run the clock. And, of course, that will get the game started for the national team and their senior day coming up.
Off the face-off. Won by Lute. Button hooks, looks for Parker, who did chip it past Jamison Keneally, and out to center, backtracking for it, Barrichello. Played it off the near window, bounces to Graham in his own zone, but he couldn't exit. Trickles down toward the goal line. Lute gets down there, sends it off the window and out to center. Keneally backtracking for it. Shinneberry trying to skate into it, but Barrichello chipped it to the right corner. Shinneberry was the first one there. Couldn't find a teammate for the pass as Barrichello strips him of that biscuit. He'll spin down low, clear it out to center. Lute will pump it right back into the Kent end. Graham in on the forecheck. As it's sent down the ice by Kent, picking it up just inside his own line is Austin Lute off of Parker and ahead to Graham at center. Shinneberry from the red line backhands it into the Kent zone. Barrichello with 30 seconds left in the third skates it behind his cage, tries to set up the breakout. Barrichello ahead to center, found Alex Safara, who again bumped into Max Campbell. Sent back to the line by Campbell, but that was right to the stick of Mazurko. Cleared ahead into the CAK zone. Lute back out to center. Found Zenko, but Kent had to touch up with 7 seconds left in the period. Zenko, one hand on his stick. Poked away from him by Lute. The puck is loose. Lute clears it around as Joseph Farah absolutely blows up Austin Lute at the whistle. And that'll do it for today's game. Your final score, the Canton Akron Jets 8 and the Kent Cyclones 2. 3 points in the standings for CAK. That'll get them up to 22. And Kent will drop to 4-7 in league play. CAK will improve to 7-5 with another 7 points in overtime. I'd like to thank you for tuning into today's North Coast High School Hockey League action here on Western Reserve Radio. You can next hear my voice on February the 17th at the Cavelli Center in Youngstown when the Youngstown Phantoms will be taking on the Dubuque Fighting Saints. For my engineer back in Youngstown, Dave Ferris, my partner in crime here in the booth, Jim Craven, my name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, everybody. One more time, your final score, the Canton Akron Jets 8 and the Kent Cyclones 2. I will catch you at the Cavelli Center on February the 17th. Sound out. Fade to black.
Hi, it's Mark Means, host of